Ayo, I'm Auntie, and this is Willo'Wisp. Last episode, we spent our time creating this cozy little firm in the middle of the jungle where investors like Bon Bon keep trespassing and snooping around so they can take the land for their own development, but that's not gonna happen. Today, we are going to be going inside of June's house and designing our quaint little cottage. Now, June's family has lived on the island and in this quaint little cottage for generations and generations. An incredibly sturdy cottage with solid floors and sturdy walls. And yes, the decades and centuries have given a little bit wear and tear, but it is a cozy home. No electricity or plumbing. That's just a water basin. She fills it up for hand washing and things like that from the beautiful rivers just outside her house. And she keeps the place warm and cooks on this lovely rustic stove that was built into the house by her great grandfather. And so were these chairs. They were handcrafted, beautiful family heirlooms. She lives comfortably and cozy around her history and heritage. Now, this is a very small little cottage and there's not a lot of room. It's kind of like a one-room show. Everyone all crumped together, kind of like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, where the whole family just lives in one little shack. Well, of course, June does live here by herself, but everything around her gives her fond memories of her parents and her grandparents, all crumped up, living an happy family life. Now, of course, it was incredibly tempting to take Nook Incorporated's offer to run electricity and have a water line of her own, but she remembered the stories of her ancestors, that the people of the mainland lost their faith in the will of the Willo'Wisp. They lost their way and they lost their history. Now, the Industrial Revolution wasn't all that bad. It brought innovation to important things like medicine and creating affordable housing, infrastructure, and fresh water to those that needed it. And knowing that the Willo'Wisp gave its children the ability of autonomy and the mind to invent and create at their own will. And she knew that it was not her place to tell those what they could do or not do, but only set an example of how peaceful and wonderful life is when you take in the little things. The quality of heirlooms that last generations and crafted with love. Tradition of crafting that goes much more further than just memories, but skills in both art and creativity. Yeah, instruments can wear over time, but the knowledge of the songs of our ancestors will be passed on from generation to generation. Yes, clothes can wear, but the skill of mending them is learned. Yes, fabrics can be weaved in factories, but intricate design can only be created by people. Now, June had learned these truths over time, seeing the people of the mainland consistently getting more and more, acquiring new things quicker, faster, and of course, on demand. Now, of course, she would be lying if she said she wasn't jealous at times of so many things, so accessible, so immediately. To not have to spend the time or labor on creating or mending clothes and just simply replace them at the click of a button. And don't forget overnight shipping. But she stuck to her heritage and realized that these mainlanders weren't happy at all. And abundance did not make them feel connected with their belongings, with their lives, and with their connection to the earth. She noticed that nothing was special to them because they could just replace it, that they did not think old craftsmanship or the time it would take for these items to be made. Without rhyme or reason, most of the mainlanders felt that everything could be made by machine. The handcrafted items were not valuable, for they could get the same thing way cheaper and way faster. And if it broke, they could simply replace it. But she knew the importance of labor in connection to one's work, to one's belongings, and to one's heritage. That more was not more. More things, more quickly, more cheap, more accessible, more disposable was not the secret to happiness. That sometimes more work, more time, more skill, more energy, more care. These were important values. These were the values that June chose to live by and chooses to live by. And though 99% off an entire new wardrobe on Temu sounds incredibly tempting, she knows that her hand knitted sweater will not only last longer, but she will cherish for longer. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!